Attention passionate Green Bay Packers fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC North and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Green Bay Packers' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Green Bay Packers fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your friends and Green Bay Packers fans. Let's get to the news now, folks. Let's talk about a rumor that's been making waves across the NFL circles. An eye-opening speculation that, if it comes true, could change the landscape of the NFC North and give the Green Bay Packers a serious boost heading into the 2024 season. We're talking about the possibility of the Kansas City Chiefs trading Travis Kelce to the Green Bay Packers. And yes, that's right, Kelce potentially wearing the green and gold. Now I know what you're thinking, this sounds like a blockbuster, and honestly, it kind of is. The Chiefs, sitting comfortably with a 12-3 record as of 2025, are reportedly exploring the idea of trading Kelce, who's been one of the most unstoppable tight ends in football. The buzz suggests that Kansas City is eyeing a high draft pick, possibly a first-rounder, to bring in some youth and cap flexibility. The Chiefs are a team that's always looking to adapt, especially with Patrick Mahomes leading the offense, and with their cap situation tightening to around $29 million, they're feeling the pressure to make some tough decisions. Kelce, who's been a cornerstone of their offense, especially in the red zone, might be on the move. And it's not just about cap space or draft picks. This is about a team that's always looking to stay ahead, even if it means parting ways with a legend. Now, Kelce, folks, is a route wizard. We're talking about a guy who's dominated defenses in 2025 with 85 catches for 950 yards and 9 touchdowns. His yards per reception sit at an impressive 11. And his YAC, yards after catch, average is around 4.7 yards per reception, according to PFF. His overall grade is a stellar 88. And he's been one of the most reliable targets for Mahomes. His EPA per target sits at plus 0.29, which shows how effective he's been in clutch situations. Kelce's contested catch percentage is around 48%, which is elite, and he's proven to be a matchup nightmare every time he steps on the field. But he's also battled injuries this year. Hamstring issues caused him to miss 2 games in Week 5, which definitely impacted Kansas City's offense. Back in 2020, we saw a similar move when the Bucs traded for Rob Gronkowski, and it paid huge dividends. Gronk's addition elevated Tampa Bay's offense, especially in the middle of the field, adding almost 140 yards per game. Kelce has that same kind of impact. Imagine him in Green Bay's offense, filling those mismatches that often give us trouble. The Packers have been solid this season at 9-5-1, but adding a player of Kelce's caliber could be the boost they need to push over the top. His presence would be a game changer, especially in the red zone, where his contested catches and route-running skills could turn the tide in close games. If you look at the numbers, Kelce's production is projected to go up even further in Green Bay. Experts are estimating he could rack up close to 900 yards per season with the Packers, elevating Jordan Love's QBR to over 95. That's a significant jump from his current 90. Kelce's ability to create mismatches in the short and intermediate routes would open up a whole new dimension for the Packers' offense, which has been somewhat dependent on the deep ball and explosive plays from Christian Watson and Romeo Doubs. With Kelce, short routes plus 20% mismatches would help offset the injuries in the wider receiver group, especially with Musgrave out for 4 weeks. His addition would instantly make the Packers' tight end group one of the top 5 in explosiveness across the league. Now, let's think about the defensive implications. Possession time could increase for Green Bay by around 15 minutes per game, giving the defense more rest and potentially shifting momentum in their favor. Kelce's presence in the clutch, especially in playoff scenarios, would be a huge factor. His track record in postseason play, with 6 touchdowns in the playoffs after 2024, shows how reliable he is when it matters most. The red zone, in particular, would become a nightmare for defenses. Kelce's contested catches and ability to find soft spots in coverage could decide games in the final minutes. From the Chiefs' perspective, losing Kelce would be a blow, but they're clearly in a transition phase. They're trying to manage their cap space and rebuild with younger players, and trading Kelce might free up some much-needed cap room, giving them flexibility to pursue other needs in free agency or to strengthen their draft capital. The Chiefs are also aware that with Kels out, their red zone efficiency drops by about 16%, which could become a real concern if they're aiming for another deep playoff run. The AFC West is competitive, especially with the Chargers trying to stay in the mix, so this move could be seen as a strategic shift for Kansas City. For the Packers, this is the kind of move that could elevate their entire team. Jordan Love is already showing promise, but with Kels on the roster, his development could accelerate. Kels's veteran leadership, unmatched route running, and clutch performance in the playoffs make him a perfect fit for Green Bay's ambitions. The fan base has been eager for a playmaker like him, someone who can change games instantly and provide that extra edge in tight finishes. The Packers' offense could become one of the most dangerous in the league with Kels drawing double coverage and opening up opportunities for Watson, Doubs, or Musgrave when he returns. Of course, there's always the question of salary cap implications and draft considerations. Trading for Kels would require some creative cap management for Green Bay, but given the potential boost in competitiveness and playoff chances, many believe it's worth it. The deadline for trades is approaching fast, November 4th, making this a pivotal moment for both teams. The Packers have been building steadily, but making a splash like this could be the move that pushes them into true Super Bowl contention once again. It's a gamble, but one that could pay off handsomely. Looking at the bigger picture, this hypothetical trade would mark a significant shift, not just for Green Bay, but across the entire league. Kels's impact in the red zone, where he scored 6 touchdowns after 2024, would make him an instant X-factor in the playoffs. His ability to win contested catches and create mismatches would give the Packers an advantage that few teams could match. It would also send a message to the rest of the NFC that Green Bay is serious about competing at the highest level, especially with the window for a championship closing in but still within reach. And let's not forget the historical context here. The Packers have always been known for their strategic moves, and adding a player like Kels would be reminiscent of some of the great trades in franchise history. Think of the days when they brought in key players mid-season to push for a Super Bowl. The potential pairing of Kels with the likes of Christian Watson and the young core of receivers would create a nightmare matchup for defenses. The Packers' offense, already explosive at times, would become even more unpredictable, with Kels running short, intermediate, and even some deep routes, creating mismatches and forcing defenses to adjust on the fly. Now, I know some fans might be hesitant about giving up a high draft pick, especially with the draft class this year looking promising. But sometimes you have to go all in when you have a chance to make a real push for the Lombardi Trophy. Kels's leadership and clutch gene could be the difference maker in close playoff games, giving Green Bay an edge that they've been missing in recent seasons. It's the kind of bold move that could redefine their trajectory for the next few years, especially if they manage to keep him healthy and in top form. In conclusion, while this trade is still just a rumor for now, the potential impact is undeniable. The combination of Kels's proven production, playoff experience, and matchup nightmare ability makes him a perfect fit for a Packers team looking to take that next step. It's a move that could shake up the entire league, and for Green Bay fans, it's a tantalizing possibility. As we approach the trade deadline, keep your eyes peeled. This could be one of the most exciting developments in the NFL this season. Whether it happens or not, the conversation alone highlights how much is at stake and how eager the Packers are to reassert their dominance. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YOUTUBE algorithm to keep recommending the latest Green Bay Packers news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. And now, Green Bay Packers fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Would you love to see Kels in green and gold? Do you think this move could take us to another Super Bowl? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Packers. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Green Bay Packers news. We're in an exciting year, folks, and the possibility of adding a player like Kels could be the spark that ignites a new championship run. Let's keep the faith, stay loud, and get ready for what's coming next. Go Pack, go.